What's up, peers? Welcome to Bitcoin to the max. What is ownership, and when can we say that Alice owns something and can control it? Well, clearly, Alice owns her own physical body because she is the only one that can and does mentally will it to do action in this space, in this three-dimensional meat space. So clearly, she is the self-owner over her own body, and that makes sense, right? It would be stupid to say that Bob owns the body of Alice, because that would mean that he could fully control it and will her body around without any say-so of Alice. And that is clearly neither possible from a logical point of view, and of course desirable from a moral and ethical point of view. You own yourself, and Bob owns himself, and Alice, of course, owns herself. However, how far does this ownership extend outside of the body of the person? Well, clearly, if there are natural resources that are abundant around us, and that so far they just exist there in nature, in a natural state of rest. So we might assume that there's just a lonely island that nobody else is on, and Alice is the first peer to get there. So clearly then, if Alice sees an apple tree and she sees, okay, nobody is really using it, right? It's just there in nature, in its abundance, and she walks up. So she already starts to manifest change by acting, by walking up to the tree and picking one apple. And with that act of picking the apple, she has intermingled her human ingenuity, her power of ideaship and entrepreneurship to acquire this previously unused and unowned natural good. This is something called homesteading, that in an area of rest and emptiness and space, where all goods are abundant and not owned and used productively by anyone else, the first owner acquires, or the first user acquires a true ownership over that good, and therefore then can continue doing with this good whatever he pleases. So ownership, therefore, is derived out of logic, right? And just moral decency and dignity. And clearly, it is a nice way of organizing society because there are abundant resources all around us. And they have to be advanced, though, in their usefulness. Maybe the apple itself is not as useful to Alice as when it is on the tree than when she actually owns it. And she can further intermingle her ingenuity with this product by, for example, cooking it into a delicious apple pie. And therefore, maybe increasing the utility and value out of this natural resource, therefore bringing more prosperity and happiness to humankind. And I do think that this is a good way to organize society and to increase the prosperity around us. Thank you, peers, for joining me here tonight on the show Bitcoin to the Max, which is a Patreon early bird show. And so I truly appreciate all your support for the World Crypto Network, either on Tallycoin or on patreon.com/WCN for your support and donations to this community. Also, thank you to all the commenters and contributors to the WCN. It's always delightful to talk to you in the chat. So thank you very much, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.